This podcast is brought to you thanks to all of our patrons over at patreon.com/boards and swords. Go check it out if you want some extra bonus content. Watch very closely now. 3, 2, 1. Bzow! Check that out.
We want the fun. Gotta have that fun.
Is it okay if it's okay if like when the bread touches the fries?
Do I really want to just stand still and cast a lightning bolt? No, I want to avoid you and shove a lightning bolt at Grace.
I just crapped my alien pants. By the way, I just want to let you guys know.
You hate all of us, and we're fired.
I've released poison into the AC system. You all have about 5 minutes left to live.
So much news, like all this stuff to talk about.
No, there's been some stuff, but it was all boring.
You didn't go with C.
Well, you need to go with C.
And our friends, we combined.
You've told that story.
We combined. Have I told it on the podcast?
I'm pretty sure
you have.
Well, I'm telling it again.
Because I just realized as I was reading this that this game's already been done. They even made a show about it. It's called Yu-Gi-Oh! And go watch it.
This is Boards and Swords.
Hey everybody, welcome to Boards and Swords. This is a podcast where we have bad jokes, we got good folks, and lots of board games and other nonsense. I'm one of your hosts. My name's Chris Renshaw. Over to my left, right, something like that. It's Mr. Philip Herbig. How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? 2 recordings in a row. This is my face. I'm sorry you got to look at it, but it's going to start being a thing now.
Hey, it's actually in a decent shot where it's not like me where the lights are reflecting and it's all pasty white. You got good lighting there.
I did a little powder, too.
You got a powder to the face.
What's the other voice? It helps if I actually turn it on, but the camera on. But we actually have a guest in it, probably in proximity, the closest guest outside of our typical set of contributors. It is Beneeta. How's it going?
Great. How are you? Thank you for having me on.
So for those not in the know, why don't you tell us a little bit about you? And because Beneeta's like probably one of the hardest working people in board games right now.
I don't know if that's true, but I appreciate that, Chris. Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Beneeta Kaur, and I am a board game Twitch streamer. I stream all the different kinds of board games. I do a Monday and Wednesday weekly happy hour, where if you're like, hey, it's the pandemic and you want to have a drink and game with friends, you do that on my channel. I also do social media for a local game store called Games and Stuff, and I occasionally do social media for Alley Cat Games. So if you see me, you can find me on social media at Beneeta, which is BENEETA_K everywhere. I'm somehow got really lucky and was able to get that same handle for all of my accounts, which I feel like really proud of.
Yeah, I didn't know you did the stuff for games and stuff. The social media for games and stuff.
I started doing social media for games and stuff 2 months ago. Chris, if people who are watching, is also in Maryland. So I'm located in Maryland, and Games and Stuff is in Maryland. So we used to have like a very no social media presence, and then they hired me to like have a social media presence. So their TikTok, their Twitter, their Instagram, 99.9% of the time, it's me. I'm behind the screen.
Philip, have you ever been to Games and Stuff?
Was that one by BWI?
Yes.
Yeah, we went there.
Okay. I've been there many times with many different people, so I wasn't sure if you were one of those.
It's a great store.
Huh?
You're cheating on me, Chris?
I mean...
That's it.
It is, by the way, if you're ever in the DC metro area, it is a great... It's one of the biggest selections of board games. That and Labyrinth. We have like 2 stores that have huge selections.
Yeah, Labyrinth is also a really great store.
Yeah. So, Philip, you want to try and imitate our news segment? If in case people
Give me a mute button, that way people don't have to like hear what's going on. I'm over here hacking up along and stuff. All right, you got to say the thing though.
All right, I guess it's time to move on into some news bits.
News.
I had to clip that out now. So for people not wondering, I normally have a soundboard that's working, but it was not connected to the network, so I rebooted it, and it's still sitting there. And that was like 30 minutes ago that I tried to restart it.
That sucks.
So, all right. First news bit. Let me switch over here so you can see it. I got a question. If Asmodee buys a small game studio from Indianapolis, is it still considered to be an indie company?
Womp, 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 womp,
That's a
womp.
great question.
So, Gen Con 2022 is going to happen. I mean, at least at this point. So badges are going to go live. Technically, the next time that we record live is when they'll go on sale, but that might have to adjust because that's the kiddo's birthday weekend. But Gen Con, not the stream, they're going to have to adjust.
That's right, man. We got important things to do here.
Gen Con
January
Indy
30th. Isn't that a little
January
late?
30th. That's about right.
Okay.
It's maybe like a week or two late from like the usual, but like it because it used to be like mid January, early January, and then they've been kind of moving it later and later. I remember we were at MagFest one year, and I'm like trying to get a hotel like off to the side.
Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
But this year, yeah, January 30th. I don't think they mention. Do they mention when housing is going to go up? I don't think so.
Not sure.
August 4th through 7th. Now, Beneeta, did you go last year?
Yes. Oh my God, it's 2022. Yes. So Gen Con 2021 was my first ever Gen Con. And everyone was like, oh, it's gonna be like smaller than before, and like Gen Con's so overwhelming, et cetera, et cetera. And like I'm actually glad that it was smaller because it was overwhelming. Like it was big. That was like that. I've been to only PAX Unplugged before,
Right.
so like Gen Con is much bigger, but I had like a fantastic time. So I'm like, do I need to go back? I don't know.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but if you think back to PAX Unplugged, that first 3 lines of the dealer hall,
Yeah.
the farthest, that was a lot of the more independent stuff. Do you remember how
Yeah.
crammed that was?
Yeah, it was
That's
very cramped.
almost like what Gen Con's like. The entire
Yeah.
dealer hall.
Like when I went, like I could make the trek from one end to the other in like 10 minutes, and no one was really bumping me. Like maybe like on Saturday it got like really crowded,
Yeah.
but for the most part, like it wasn't like that bad. Like it was pretty like I had my space, which was nice.
Now, I'm sure this might change. I mean, there's a lot of time between now and then for things to change. But as of right now, they did like Beneeta said, they did have Gen Con 2021. But this year they are going to require vaccines for
That's
everyone.
good.
They're required to be fully vaccinated and wear a mask in all indoor spaces.
I mean, hey, PAX Unplugged did it, so I'm glad that Gen Con is doing it too.
PAX is also better at running conventions than Gen Con is.
Yeah.
Although, if you think any of those are bad, you should try going to Origins. Holy
Hey,
crap.
Essen required vaccinations too.
Well, that's because it wasn't American.
That's also true. And now, if you want to talk about huge, Essen was like wild. It was amazing.
Oh, did you go to Essen?
yeah, I did.
oh
It
my
was my
gosh.
first year going to Essen. It was like the year of all the conventions.
You had the
I went
tour
with
to the-
Arcane Wonders, and it was like amazing. Like I thought Gen Con was huge, but no, Essen is like 8 halls times
Yeah.
Gen Con.
That's like the Triple Crown right there. Gen Con, Essen, and then PAX Unplugged.
Yeah, I'm just collecting all the crowns. There you go.
All right. We may have a story about Essen later. Anyways.
Oh, I can't wait to hear it.
This next story though is going to make you go Kamigawa wow. And that is
Oh my God.
Wizards of the Coast announced Magic the Gathering Kamigawa AR Experience. I am actually super excited for this because, unknown fact, Kamigawa was the first Magic set I ever played. That was the first time friends got me into Magic the Gathering. It was also like my freshman year of college when any of that. I've already got Richmond and Chapman going, no. Hear me out. This sounds kind of cool, all right? Wizards of the Coast announced that customers of WP In-Store, so it's like Wizards Play Network, stores will be offered an in-store web-based augmented reality experience to accompany the release of Magic the Gathering's Kamigawa Neon Dynasty Booster Set. So for those that aren't aware, Kamigawa was a lot of people didn't like it. Again, I was just cutting into it, so I didn't know, but it was a very Japanese themed set with like samurai and ninjas and kami.
Richmond meant your pun. I
Oh,
figured
okay.
that's what he meant, not the actual game.
Yeah. But so what they're doing is the Magic has gotten to this thing where they go back and revisit stuff, but this time they're taking that setting and setting it like in the far future. So this is like that Japanese setting in like a cyberpunk setting now. That's where you get the Neon Dynasty from. But the way the AR piece is going to work beginning January 21st, players can scan a QR code with their mobile devices to activate an AR experience in participating stores that allow them to step into a bustling market street in Kamigawa and gain access to animated previews of cards. And it's going to run for like 4 full weeks with new content being released.
That's pretty interesting.
This is the kind of stuff I've been waiting for when people talk about like integrating tech with games. Like it doesn't affect your gameplay at all. Because, you know, people whine about like, I don't want apps in my board games and this and that. But like this.
And I'm over here. I need apps in my board games.
I'm all about that life too. But this is like the perfect meld of that where it's like, if you don't care about the tech, okay, you don't have to do anything about it.
It's just like an extra little thing. Like, that's kind of cool, like seeing like your cards come to life. Like that seems pretty interesting.
And also because it's just like there's a lot of lore and depth in Magic, and yeah, you get some of it in the cards if you pay attention to like read all the flavor text and stuff. But like I'm the kind of person that I would read the Magic novels, you know, and like the little novellas. I haven't in a while,
Those
but
are
I haven't.
great.
Yeah, I think Philip's the same, but like those, they've done some pretty cool stuff with those. And the only caveat to this, the only thing I'm hesitant about with this is if it actually works the way they say it's going to work. That's going to be what make or break this. If it's something crappy, then it's going to be like, well, that was a waste of time.
Yeah.
So, but I will say I might buy a Magic pack just to try this out. So, you know, congratulations, your marketing was successful, because I don't play Magic, but I'd be willing to try this out. So, what about you, Philip? Any interest?
What? I mean, I'd make a run to the local brick and mortar store just to scan the code.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
I'm just really curious to see what that kind of street looks like. Especially, I'm hoping it's done like Chronicles of Crime does their AR, where you can like you scan it and then it loads it and you can move the phone all around and like
that's
a fully
pretty
it
cool
puts
way
you
to
in like
do
it puts you in a world. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Chronicles of Crime, you see like a crime. It shows you a crime scene, and you have to describe to everybody what you're seeing so they can pull out clue cards.
Yep.
Will this work on my Google Glass?
You
Are
have
Google Glasses still a thing?
is that? Yeah, I was gonna say. Do those even work still?
I have
Hold on.
no idea.
There's in our new setup, we got a D20 now. I could roll. All right, actually, I need it up. I clicked something and now stuff went away. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is really cool, and people should check that out. If anything, just to see. Rusty Beetle brings it up. Proof is in the cyber pudding. Yeah. People are better at this than me. All right. So for this next story, if Tony Hawk does the bare minimum, is he skating along on his reputation?
Your jokes are bad and you should feel bad.
Did you Google that joke?
No, these are all mine.
Okay.
100% bad Chris stuff here. That's what these are. So Pandasaurus announced a game that's Tony Hawk's Skate Summer.
It's Tony Hawk, the board game. Let's be
Pandasaurus,
real.
if you're listening, pay the man his money. He seems like a good guy. Work with him and just make this a Tony Hawk board game. All right.
Yeah.
So
the licensing though for that.
yeah. So Skate Summer is coming to Kickstarter, and it's called Skate Summer. It's full of shredding action later this month, apparently. Oh, I think I said summer because it's in the name, but yeah. So, Philip, does this game sound familiar? The object of this game is to score the most points by doing trick combos, collecting gold tokens, and visiting SKATER locations.
Ooh.
So there's
it's got
one more.
extra.
There's one more letter.
I mean, a song comes to mind. We represent, but are legally distinct from.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you were a skater boy when you said song. So yeah, the game's played in round. Each round has the following phases, combos, skills and points, moves.
I got to demo this.
Oh, really?
Last week. Yeah, I got to demo this last week. The art is absolutely gorgeous. It really pops. Obviously, I was demoing it online, but it's really interesting. It definitely has some push your luck mechanisms as well as like set collection, and I think this is going to be a hit. And also has just like cute little like Easter egg hunts for.
And
like,
it looks like each player's player board that has.
It's a skateboard. Everyone's player board's a skateboard, and like basically you're like adding art cards, and like you can't go to the left to the right because then you like wipe out and stuff. So you got to like make sure it's evenly balanced, and that you're rolling dice to make sure it's evenly balanced, and that's how you're pushing your luck. Yeah, it looks really cool. Like I'm excited about it.
Yeah, apparently Brandbeard Gaming is going to be playing it on their channel in a few weeks, so that'll be cool to check out. Does it come with an app that only plays Ace of Spades? No, but I feel like I am gonna need to pull up the Tony Hawk soundtrack to play with this, where it's like it goes through all those like
right
late or early 2000s, late 90s songs.
Now I have Skater Boys like in my head. Oh, thanks for that, Chris. See you later, boy. No, I don't want you to get like a DCMA whatever strike. So
she's gonna be in the middle of her stream and just start humming it.
I know. God damn! I'm gonna like in 2 hours. I'm just gonna be like singing Avril Lavigne Skater Boys myself.
That's true. If you're watching this live, then you could just pretty much immediately after this, Beneeta will be doing one of her streams.
Yeah. Daryl Andrews and I are who's the designer Sagrada. He's my current co-host for my Sunday streams. And we're gonna be talking about beautiful games, like beautiful board games, because he's in Hawaii right now. So he's like, that just seems like the perfect opportunity to talk about beautiful games because I'm in Hawaii. And I'm like, I'm in snow. Like, you're in Hawaii. But okay.
All right. Next up, I used to think that Star Wars wasn't much of a setting, but Mandalore is great.
Okay, even I gotta be like, come
on. So Atomic Mass Games, so for those that aren't aware, Asmodee shifted a lot of the Star Wars miniature stuff from Fantasy Flight to a new studio called Atomic Mass Games that did the Marvel Crisis Protocol game. Well, they haven't done a whole lot, mainly because all the rights and everything was shifting over. But they're one of their first actual products. Atomic Mass Games is going to be adding Mandalorian, the show, both the ship, the Razor Crest, and ship cards to Star Wars X-Wing 2nd Edition. So now you can take it and like spoilers for Mandalorian, set it on fire.
I was gonna say I got a problem with this whole thing right here. Okay, it's an actual ship. It's not just a pile of plastic.
Have you guys seen Boba Fett yet?
Boba
Fett. Yeah.
Boba Fett.
I have. You have, Philip. I saw you messaging about it.
Yes.
I haven't watched it yet. I'm excited to. I mean, I love Mandalorian, so I'm really excited about this one.
I haven't, only for like the first time ever. I'm not watching a Star Wars thing because of my wife. Because my wife does not like Star Wars, but I got her hooked on Mandalorian. And because I got her hooked on Mandalorian, this is kind of a spinoff from that. She's like, yeah, I at least want to watch the first episode.
Nice.
So I haven't seen it yet.
Gotcha. I'm honestly just waiting for all the episodes. I really like binge watching.
Just to watch them all in one.
Yeah. Yeah, I also feel like I pick up on a lot of details because like I just watched the episode like 30 minutes ago. I'm like, oh, these are how they connect. But if I watch it like weeks and weeks apart, 6 weeks later, I'm not going to remember like little like pieces from like the first episode.
I get that. But there's also that, like with all the Marvel shows we've had this year, there is that little bit of, I can't wait for Wednesday for the next piece. It's like, gives you something to look like. Why else?
I don't miss that.
But the one issue I get with like binge watching shows is going through and watching a character develop in 7 hours versus 7 weeks. And
Yeah.
you're like, that was too fast. I haven't had time to like absorb the impact of this death, and already we're on a new episode. We don't care anymore.
Philip,
That's
you're going to
fun.
be even more in after you read the chat.
What's going on?
Rusted Beetle said he stopped after the 3rd episode, which felt like a Power Rangers episode.
Jason made that comment. Jason made that comment, and I was like, yeah, you're right. The whole it didn't need to be that colorful, in my opinion.
Getting back to the story, if you're like X-Wing and you like Mandalorian, Pride of Mandalore Reinforcement Pack is in addition to the Razor Crest, for all the other characters, you're gonna have like new cards for Moff Gideon's TIE Fighter, Finn Rao's Fang Fighter, and more. Comes with 10 ship cards, 50 upgrade cards. So like all your favorite characters and pieces. So even if you don't play like the Scum and Villainy, which is what the Razor Crest is, you can still add some Mandalorian flavor into your X-Wing game.
Have they been doing this for the other factions?
Like cards?
Yeah, like just selling a pack.
They
of
have
cards?
recently. 2nd edition,
Okay.
they started doing that.
Because I remember hearing guys at the game store going, "Yeah, I bought 12 A-wings because I needed these upgrade cards." And I'm like, "Okay, what did you do with them?" Yeah, I don't even use the models. I just needed that one specific upgrade card.
Yeah. So they did trim some of that down now, so you don't have to buy like other factions to get like the cards you need. So I don't need to buy everything just so I can get a card in this faction because I'm playing this other faction. But yeah, they also once they started putting out like all the ships, and it's like, crap, we're running out of ships. They started doing these card packs so that you could like, oh, it's that ship, but now it's with a different pilot, or all of a sudden other stuff. So more ways of selling the same stuff.
Hey.
So, normally we'd be done at 5 stories, but I've got 2 more, so bear with me. But speaking of the Spiel, are the folks at the Spiel considered essential workers?
Okay, I give you that one. I'll give you that one.
So the Essen Game Fair got bought. This one is a fairly recent story. It just came out a couple days ago. Nuremberg Toy Fair organizer acquires the Essen Game Fair. Its survival has been assured.
I didn't know survival was not assured.
I didn't think that. I mean, this thing's been going on forever that I know of.
I mean, that's
Also, I think I heard that Nuremberg is canceled this year.
The New York Toy Fair is canceled. That's for sure. I don't know about
Okay.
Nuremberg. But that was one of the stories I clipped from this is
Yeah.
the New York Toy Fair is usually in February.
Yeah. Because I think the Nuremberg one is like beginning of February.
Okay. So maybe they're both around the same time then.
Yeah.
So it'll continue to be operated at the Essen Exhibition Center and organized by the same kind of director, but it's now acquired by, oh gosh, Philip, can you give me your best German pronunciation?
Spielwarenmesse.
Thank you.
Wow, that's good, Philip.
He lived in Germany for a few years.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'm still impressed, but not as impressed anymore.
Sorry, Philip, I took that away from you.
It's okay. Don't tell my mother. She's already mad. I've like lost most of my German.
I'm very pleased to have found with this experience of world-beating fairs, a partner that can continue and further develop the success of this fair on my model for the coming decades as well. I did not think that this was an issue, so that's kind of weird. Spielwarenmesse is primarily a business-to-business event. Acquiring Essen Game Fair puts it into the consumer space. Yeah. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting, purely on the fact of like, if anybody, write us in feedback at boardsandswords.com if you had any knowledge as to why there was a need for this? Like what?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah, like what was the problem?
I
Is
mean,
it
like
just too?
Essen was like the big thing
Yeah,
all the
it's
time.
the
I
biggest show in the world for board games.
I mean, I would just joke around that if you won Essen, you get to put the little sticker on your box and double the price,
Yeah.
and people would gladly pay it.
Well, the Spiel des Jahres might be a separate group from
Okay.
the Essen Spiel.
Oh.
Could be wrong, but I mean, I know it's a big, huge thing, and that obviously means it's probably expensive. Who knows?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, I'll move on. Last one. If you get this game first, I'm sure you will lord it over your friends. And that is Thames and Cosmos unveils new Lord of the Rings exit game.
Oh my god.
I said this on Twitter. I was actually more surprised that it took us to 2022 for this to be a thing.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I think it takes a lot of like licensing
Right.
issues and things like that.
But I mean, Exit has done a great job at making a whole bunch of amazing games. But I'm
Yeah.
surprised it took this long to get into the licensing piece. Unlocked did it a couple years ago with the Star
with
Wars
Star
one.
Wars. Yeah.
But Exit Lord of the Rings Shadows over Middle-earth is going to release in June 2022. Exit heads to the land of Mordor, where players follow Samwise, Gamgee, and Frodo on epic puzzle-solving adventure. Gandalf has sent them on a quest to destroy the One Ring, and players will need to visit various locations to do it while avoiding threats like the Nazgul and orcs along the way. The goal of the game is to buy them enough time to reach Mount Doom and vanish the One Ring and its fires. So as long as this stays truer to the Exit formula than their adventure games kind of stuff, I'm on board. I was not a fan of the adventure games. That just seemed like a choose your own adventure book to me. I know some
Yeah.
people that like it, but
So I gotta say, Chris, I gotta spoil this for everyone out there. I got an advanced copy of this, and the last card you have to throw it into a fire.
Mm.
That's how you win. Sorry, guys, spoiled.
my precious. What if you don't though? Do you win? I feel like you should still win because you have it.
Well, you specifically win.
Also, do you go invisible when you hold that last card?
As long as you stand very still.
I'm invisible when nobody's looking at me.
Oh wait, we pulling in 3 different franchises here, guys.
Yeah. All right, then that's it. You guys could breathe now. I'm done with my jokes for now.
For now.
So Philip, you actually it's not a board game, but you guys tried out a new video game the other day, didn't you?
Yes, we did. We popped into early access on Second Extinction, and it's been fun so far. I found a Titan with a minigun
Of course you
character
did.
in there. So my character in Destiny is a giant health hugging Titan with a minigun, and if I can find that everywhere, that's what I'm gonna play. Yeah, you run around and you kill dinosaurs. There's a stagger mechanic that I seriously think, but I guess it's more realistic. Like if a dinosaur hits you and knocks you down, you're down for like 8 seconds, man. You can't do nothing until the animation.
So
picks
it's
you back
very
up.
thematic.
Very thematic, man. But it's early access, so like we've been encountering glitches. My first glitch was I had no audio, or I had audio, but it was always that laggy stutter
Yeah.
audio. But as soon as like the field cleared and it was really just the 3 of us and some like background mountains, everything's fine. I can hear everything normal. And then the next day it went away, and
So is
everything was
is
fine.
it free while it's on early access, or how much?
No,
was
we
it?
paid for it.
Okay. How?
But-
How? In case
Oh.
someone's interested,
Oh, okay. Well, I paid $12.50 for it.
that's not
It's
bad.
probably still for that much on early access. Yeah. Again, it's only a 3-person group game.
That's a weird.
It's I mean, because I'm looking at that like I kind of have that little bit of a problem with Destiny. It's like now Chris plays Destiny with us, and it's like, all right, hey, one of us has to sit this one out while the three of you go have fun.
Unless you do like the really in-depth big stuff,
Unless we just free play or
like
do
the
a raid.
raids.
Yeah.
So, Philip, I actually have something you might be interested in. What I've been doing the past week, because I've not been going out and playing games because
Okay.
everything's been spiking super high. But what I did do is remember these little guys on the stream. Oh, I gotta wait like 3 seconds for him.
Yeah, it has to actually pop up on the screen there. Yeah, you're like,
What are those? They're so cool.
So this is they're called the Schitari, or they're members of the Adeptus Mechanicus in Warhammer 40K. So back in 2017, they had the Warhammer Kill Team box, one of the newer editions. And Philip and I were like, "Oh, we're gonna split the box." And I already had some minis, so I was like, "I don't need the minis. You can have the minis. I just want It came with this really cool terrain, and the boards and the books and stuff." So Philip got them, and we're like, "Oh, we're gonna put them together." And then like twice over the past like 5 years, we got together and put together some, but we never finished.
yeah.
So finally, I was like, "I'm gonna just assemble these for him and paint them up." So. I've started.
They look like murder Santas.
Well, they'll look
I like
less.
the red. The red's really vivid.
Yeah, that's I love it because I'm back to using the contrast paints that are more of like a wash and a paint.
Yeah.
It's really cool. They'll look less like Santas because those bases are going to be I'm going to make them very gray and gritty. I got like some like sand stuff to put on there.
Yeah.
So they'll look less. Some of these I forgot to paint their hands. That's the other part. That's the other reason. So yeah, that's kind of the biggest thing I've been doing. Other than that, and then other big craft project I got to start soon is my daughter has reached that age, so she's going to be turning in less than 2 weeks. She's going to be turning 18. She's my stepdaughter.
Nope, she got to stop.
She's hit the age where Cards Against Humanity is hilarious.
Oh.
So like her and her friend, and it's just her and her best friend. It's just the two of them. They just play all the time.
Just the two of them.
Just the
Cards
two of
Against
them.
Humanities. That's so interesting.
Because it's not like there's not like a judge. It's just one of those like who puts together the funniest thing kind of thing. But she's been buying. So for the longest time I had the core box, and she borrowed it, and she was like, "Oh, I guess I need to get my own pack because I'm buying all these expansions and stuff." And I was like, "That thing's been a paperweight on that shelf, literally to hold up my pack scarf." I was like, "You can just have it," but she needed a box to carry it all. And we were looking up stuff, and I was like, I made a box using the kind of like Hobby Lobby style box for like Arkham and Marvel Champions. Like I could make you a box for like your birthday and stuff. So that's going to be my new project. I would bring it up, but so anyways, while I'm looking for that, Beneeta, you can go ahead and talk to us about something you've been playing here recently.
Yeah, so I had someone over, and we got to play some games I needed to like make some content on. So I played Vivid Memories from Floodgate, which is it's coming out soon, or is already out. It's super pretty. It also like kind of burns your brain a little bit in like a good way. I'm really looking forward to trying it again. I also got to play That Time You Killed Me from Pandasaurus.
Oh, how is that? I've heard a lot about that.
Okay, so do you like chess?
No, but I'm intrigued by time travel. That's why I'm interested.
Fair. It has a really funny rule book, and I see what they're doing. But at the end of the day, it's still like you're playing 3 games of chess almost.
Right.
Like the time travel aspect is that if you go back in time, you like duplicate yourself because you still exist. So like that's how you make double copies, and it's an interesting mechanism. Like don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I'm still trying to like push the other player's pieces off the board. And I like abstract games. Like Vivid Memories is a beautiful abstract game, but there's more to it than that. And I just played the base version of That Time You Killed Me, and there's stuff in the boxes that are there, like that adds more complexity and more rules. So I want to play it more, but it didn't wow me. Like I was like, okay, I played it. And
So I
then
take it you're
again,
not a big chess person then?
no, I'm not. I think there's a lot of great games out there. It's not for me. It's not for me. But a game that is for me, which is wildly different, is Mountain Goats from Board Game Tables. I have been playing that absolutely nonstop. If anyone's ever played like Can't Stop from Sid Saxon, like a super old like board game, and like you're rolling dice and it's kind of like King of the Hill. Your goats are going up mountains labeled 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You reach the top of the mountain, you get points, and then if someone reaches the top of the mountain, they kick you back down. I've been playing this a lot with my family, and we've kind of made it into a dexterity game, meaning when you reach the top of the mountain, you use your goat meeple to flick the other goat meeples down to the bottom of the mountain. That is not part of the game, but it makes it a lot of fun.
I was about to say you were going to have Philip. Philip was going to check out if it involved flicking.
No, it's not a dexterity game. But it's like a really, it plays like in 20, 25 minutes. It's just a really enjoyable filler. And like I can explain the rules in 1 minute, and I just really like it, so I keep playing it. But those are some of the games that I've been playing recently.
Nice. And then just for reference, I found the pic. This is what the boxes that I've made for Arkham and Marvel Champions look like. So I wood burned in the logo on the top of them and then stained
Marvel
them.
Champions, what?
You joke, but the computer just now finally finished.
Finally.
And I'm not going to stop to go log into it. Since we did get off to a little bit of a delay start, thanks to that, I'm going to actually skip our usual Patreon plug, and I'm going to go straight into our board games so that we can make sure to finish up so that Beneeta has time for her stream. And because it's so quick and easy to make, we're going to an old classic. This is called The Rake is Right.
Okay,
and
I'm excited.
The way this works is if you're familiar at all with BGG, then you will know that BGG has a wonderful feature called the random game button. And so what I do is I've gone through and I've clicked that random game button a bunch until I get to a game that has an overall rank on it. And what happens is I will read you information about the game. You'll know, I'll tell you the game. I'll read you a whole bunch of information about it. The only thing I won't tell you is the overall BGG rank. If it's rated in a subcategory like strategy or family, I'll give you that ranking. So then you just have to give me the what you think the BGG ranking is, and closest without going over wins.
Like, are we being like, okay, I think this is like the #1 game or something like that?
Right.
Okay.
So
I'm curious.
Philip will show you how it's done. He'll start us off here. So first game we have up is actually it's a 2020 game. I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised when I get games that I know, because usually it's kind of random stuff.
Are all of these games like in the top 1,000? Can I ask that at least? No.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay, it can go anywhere.
This truly is random. The only caveat is if it doesn't. A lot of games don't have ratings. I skip to one that does.
Fair enough.
So first game we have is a 2020 game. It is Big Easy Busking from Weird Draft Games. This is a 1 to 5 player game, 45 to 60 minutes, and it's a 2.0 out of 5 weight.
I've played this one.
Yeah, it is. It did get a lot of stuff when it came out in 2020. Big Easy Busking is an area control game for 1 to 5 players about being the best street musician in Nolans. The game is played over 3 days, where players choose which locations to play their set of songs. They can also screw up traffic on a day's notice for $300.
Day's notice.
A little Hannibal Buress reference there for y'all. So there you go. It's designed by Joshua Mills, published by Weird Draft Games. Philip, it has a 7.2, 54 ratings. What is the actual ranking of Big Easy Busking?
Okay, this one's gonna be hard.
Yeah, this is. I mean, I am gonna say that this would have been our 1 for our PG-13 right there.
Yeah, Russell Beetle actually won a copy through one of the Punchboard Media giveaways, but things just kind of went to crap in 2020, so I got to follow up on that.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm gonna go with 8,000.
8,000, and like Price is Right, we're talking closest without going over the ranking. So Beneeta, what do you think the overall rank is?
I'm gonna say 976.
976. So 3 digits. Just making sure I got that. 976.
I feel not confident after 3 digits. But let's go.
The actual ranking of Big Easy Busking is 10,384. So that is a point for Philip.
10,000.
10,384. I can actually.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, I'm a little surprised. It's not. It's like.
Just in case you doubt me, there it is up there on the stream. So, all right.
Wow.
Next game, Philip. Everyone's gonna think this is rigged, but I swear to God, this came up when I did the ranking, the random. We have a Munchkin game.
Number one.
Not just
Number one.
Well, it's not just any Munchkin game. It is the Western version, also known as the Good, the Bad, and the Munchkin.
Okay,
Which originally came out in 2007. 3 to 6 players, 90 minutes, 1.96 out of 5. So almost as complicated as Big Easy Busking.
Yeah.
It is Steve Jackson Games that opens a whole new frontier. The Wild West forget dragons and goblins. Jackalopes and Davy Croc have got just as much treasure. Those plains may seem wide open, but there's a lot of monsters to kill and a lot of stuff to take. So this in the thematic category is rated 759, surprisingly.
Oh, okay.
So, Philip, you won that one, so you're going to get to go again on this one. So, John Kovalik as the artist, as always, designed by J.H.G. Hendricks and Steve Jackson. The Good, the Bad, and the Munchkin, 6.2 rating, 1,400 ratings. What is the overall rating of The Good, the Bad, and the Munchkin?
2,000.
2,000. All right. Beneeta?
4,002.
4,002.
I like adding random numbers at the end of it.
Hey, whatever works, because the actual rank of this game is 4,373.
Wow,
So
nice.
I'm
proud of myself.
That's a point for Beneeta. As soon as you said 4 and then you hesitated, I was like, is she going to go over?
Well, so you said the thematic ranking was 159, so that's like really low. So then I'm like, then it must be in the thousands, but I didn't think it was going to be like, I don't think any game honestly was like 5,000.
There's a lot of thematic. Yeah. That's the problem with some of the subcategories. You know, if it's in like one or single digits or double digits, like, okay, it's pretty high.
Yeah.
So, all right. Next game for us. This is another fairly recent game, and that is the revised edition of Kitchen Rush from Pegasus Spiel.
Revised edition.
Revised edition, the 2019 version of Kitchen Rush, 7.7 rating. In thematic, it is rated, so it was 759 before.
Yeah.
Same category. Now the thematic is 299. And I believe this is the only time, or one of the first times we've had a second subcategory. Where in the family category, it is rated as 353. So 299 on thematic, 353 on family.
Okay.
Designed by Pegasus Spiel. It is a cooperative real-time game. Receive your guests, take their orders, and use the right ingredients to prepare tasty meals.
Okay. My guess is 1,431.
1,431?
Yes.
Okay. Philip?
I'm gonna go in true.
Is this gonna be a two-fill number?
Yes, it is. I'm sorry, Chris. What was the last bid?
1,431.
1,432.
Are you serious?
In true Price is Right.
So yes,
Jack
we have a joke where Philip being a jerk is measured in levels of fill. So Philip doing
Okay.
normal stuff is 1 fill.
Okay.
So this is him being a little bit more. So now we're at 2 fills.
We're 2 fills. Okay, gotcha.
It's like 1.3 fills.
It might be a little bit higher than you think because the actual rating of this game is 1,580. So
1.7 fills. Okay.
Wow.
she would have
Hey.
had it if you hadn't stolen it out from underneath her.
Wow. I'm honestly like a little impressed with myself right now. After that one bomb, I've been crushing it.
You know what? We got 2 more left. And the
Okay.
last one might throw you for one. So
Bill, you snatched that victory away from me, and I'm sad.
it's okay. He's going to go next on this one. Next up is 2017 game Dark Souls, the board game. Kindle the flame, defeat enemies and bosses lest you and your party perish. It is 3.7K ratings, 1 to 4 players, 90 to 120 minutes from Steamforged Games. In the thematic category, so we're back to that, 582. And in strategy, 1,419. It is a brutally hard exploration miniatures game. Prepare to die, literally is what it says in the page. So, Philip, 6.5 rating. So only a little bit better. The ratings that they post in the little hexagons are always so weird because it's like everything's between a 6 and a 7 for the most part.
Yeah.
But Phil, what do you got? Dark Souls, the board game.
Dark Souls, the board game. I know there's people who they love Dark Souls, the video game.
Right.
I'm gonna go with 6,200.
6,200, right?
Correct.
All right.
Okay,
Beneeta.
what were the rankings that you gave me? You said for thematic and
was
strategy?
582
Okay.
and strategy was 1,419.
And what was Phil's number?
6,200. Philip seems to forget that The Good, Bad, and the Ugly, which was rated at the thematic 700, was only a 4,000 number rating. So I will give you
That
that.
was a 400 rating.
That was a
This is
4,000. That was
700.
yeah.
No,
This
let's
one-
do
this-
what?
This one is a 582 rating.
Oh, it's
The-
lower. Right. That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, I know a lot of people disliked it, but then there was a few people who really liked it, so that always skews ratings. I'm going to say 3,012.
I mean, you really could have just went with the $1 Bob and probably won.
Yeah, I could have. I'm not Phil though. I'm not going to be a Phil. 2 Phils.
Oh, I just actually, I'm actually gonna have to give you both the and you both overbid.
We're both overbid.
Both overbid. So Philip gets a chance to redeem himself. So the lowest number was 3,012. So it is lower than that number. So Philip, you want to try this
Wow.
again?
$1, Bob.
All right. And Beneeta?
Okay, so let's do $2 lower than what he just said.
Okay, so $3
Yeah, $3
or
lower.
ranking of 3. All right.
Yeah.
Whatever works. All right,
Yeah.
the actual ranking, you were almost there. 2,553
Okay.
on Board Game Geeking. You were almost there. If we were doing closest period, you would have gotten it. But
Gotcha.
all right,
So,
and
but that was me, right? 'Cause
that
I did
was
the-
that
Yep.
was you. And it is a tie game,
tie game.
according to my math here. Which doesn't matter because the last question is just worth like whatever points it takes to win. The last question's really all that matters.
Okay.
So, I couldn't believe that this game had a rating. So the next game we have, our last game, 6.6 on BGG. It is Rory's Story Cubes, the Batman edition from
Mm,
2015. 1 to 12 players, 15 minutes playing time from Rory O'Connor, thus Rory Story Cubes. So for those unfamiliar, I've seen these more as a kind of role-playing game, sort of to kind of get that imagination going bit. So you roll all 9 story cubes to create infinite tales featuring your favorite Batman villains, gadgets, and locations. So there is no subcategories here. So 174 ratings overall. So Beneeta, you won the last one. What is your guess for Rory Story Cubes, the Batman edition?
14,007.
14,007. All right, yeah. Philip.
9,001.
9,000.
I like that you're adding the random numbers at the end.
Also, people are going to think this is rigged because it was Batman. But again, 100%, this was random. Once again, you both overbid.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yep. So lowest bid there was 9,001. So it is lower than 9,000.
Okay.
So back to you, Beneeta.
What was the rating?
I don't have any subcategories for you, but I can tell you that the lowest bid was 9,001, and it is lower than.
No,
that.
I mean, like, what was it rated?
It's the community.
6.6.
6.6. He said 9,000. Okay, let's go for 7,023.
7,023. All right, Philip.
1986.
1,986.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, someone's throwing his birth year in there.
Yeah.
Shut up. People are gonna think I'm old.
You are old.
You shut your mouth.
I only could say that because you're only like 5 months older than I am.
I know where you sleep.
Okay. I know where you sleep. Big deal. All right. The actual rating of Rory Story Cubes, the Batman edition, is 7,483. So that's a Beneeta win for us.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. When I was doing
we have that button, he just didn't log into it.
Again,
no. I have air horn noises on my channel, my Twitch channel too. It's the greatest noise.
Yeah, it took us an hour to get there, but I swear, I promise, another 15 minutes, and I'd have the stuff on here. So, all right. Thank you, Beneeta, for coming on to the show and
Thanks
hanging
for
out
having
with
me.
us. Just once again, go ahead and promote all your links so that people can
Sure.
find out where to watch you.
Yeah. Okay. Once again, my name is Beneeta Kaur. I'm a board game Twitch streamer. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Mondays and Wednesdays, I stream board games. I often play games with chat, and I call it Twitch Happy Hour because, we all need a place to hang out and drink and play games. And you can find me at twitch.tv/Beneeta, which is BENEETA _K. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah, everywhere.
That is really
that same username.
that is really nice to have.
Yeah.
All right. So, Phil, this is normally where I would say roll that beautiful bead footage, but do I just need to
I
hum
can't
it
do the
for-
music and my bit at the same time. That'd be cool. I don't have the ventriloquist. Yeah. That's going to wrap up this week's episode. If you want to watch the show live, we do it live with all the mistakes built right in for your viewing pleasure. We do that every other Sunday. boardsandswords.com/live. That's got the schedule and all the links to the streaming channels. Check out boardsandSwords.com. You see all the other stuff we do that we have done that we might redo in the past.
All right, what?
That just happened.
Yes,
Nothing.
it did.
Carry on.
All right,
That's nice.
So we love feedback. If you got questions for us, if you've got comments, things you like about the show, make sure to email us feedback@boardsandswords.com. We're on social media. Of course we are. Facebook.com/boardsandswordspod. Instagram @boardsandswordschris. And on Twitter, I'm @boardsandSwords. And if Philip ever tweets, it means he's in dire emergencies, but you can find that at
Phil the Dirtbag.
So
yes.
Lastly, this
If you ever get a notification from me, send help.
Yeah. The notification is send help. And but what Philip means by help is like nachos.
That's right. And Munchkin.
Can someone send me nachos too? Please, thank you.
Right.
This podcast is also part of Punchboard Media. For other great gaming podcasts, go check out punchboardmedia.com. And thank you again for listening, for watching. Thanks, everybody that's been in the chat room here. Once again,
Thanks,
check out
everyone.
patreon.com/boards and swords to help support the show. And we'll be back in 2 weeks with another show. In the meantime, remember that every gamer has a story, and Rusty Beal's right. I have handle envy. It sucks because there's a board game shop in England called Boards and Swords.
No, that sucks.
But they didn't start until like 2015, and this podcast started in 2013, so it's mine, but I didn't claim it all on all the things, and so I
You
lost
gotta
it.
like send them an angry letter being like, give it back to me.
No, you want to know what's worse? Somebody else on Instagram has the handle Boards and Swords. So like that hobby shop I talked about, their handle is just Boards Swords. So there's a third competitor in the ring. But they have like
it's a popular handle, I guess.
they have it's like a dead account. It's like Phil's at Dirtbag Phil. He can't get it's
Can you
zero.
can you DM them being like, can I have this?
I've tried.
Oh,
I've even looked at their followers. They have 2 followers, one of which is someone I know is following because they think it's me.
Oh no.
So
that's amazing.
Thank you, everyone. I'm gonna be I'll switch the stream off here in a bit, but thank you. We had a lot of fun with all these people. So come back and check us out next time.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.